What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, Lewis and I are doing our top 5 NOFX songs. And Lewis, this was really hard for me. This was a lot harder than Pennywise. How did you do on this one?
I knew what my number one was going to be, and that I really had to think, what are my 4 favorites? I think I have some weird selections on here. I think you're probably going to have some weird ones. We've mentioned most of these songs, at least in passing, because NOFX always seems to come up. But I'm kind of really curious to see what you landed on as your top 5, because I feel like we're going to have a pretty diverse list here. So,
yeah, I'll start. I'll kick us off here, and I finalized my list about 90 minutes ago. I was listening to all the albums, just the songs I could, that know off the top of my head. And I got a real weird wild card list here. And I'm going to start it off with a wild card, a song I've mentioned quite a bit. I'm going to do Eddie, Bruce, and Paul off of Coaster.
Oh, yeah.
I love this song. I love the dueling guitar solos. I don't know. The subject matter is cool. Like, the story is interesting. But this song for some reason comes on my shuffle constantly, and I will never skip it. It's my favorite NOFX song of the past 14 years. So I don't feel bad sliding it at number 5. Again, my list is not in any particular order, just top 5, how I'm feeling right here, right now.
Eddie's at the Red Lion, looking for a new scene, searching for a beau who sings in falsetto.
Lewis, any thoughts on Eddie, Bruce, and Paul, Coaster, or do you want to get into your pick?
I love Coaster.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I think Coaster's we talked about how that one was a grower. I didn't really like it when it first came out. Now I love it. Eddie, Bruce, and Paul was never a standout on that album for me, but I like it too. It's good. I think it's awesome that you picked it. But yeah, I think Coaster does not get enough love, and it gets mixed in with a lot of the other trash that NOFX has put out since the early 2000s. So yeah, if you guys haven't given Coaster a listen, I'll definitely go back and give this one a go.
I have just a quick story for 4 years. Do you remember when we first heard this? We heard it together for the first time.
I don't. No.
So it was you and I were going to a bonfire party, and for some reason I was throwing glass beer bottles into the fire. Do you remember? And
Yeah.
And these 2 big jacked guys came up, and I don't know if they said I got glass on them or beer on them, and then you just stood up and muscled them out of the way. Which Lewis has had my back so many times, but that was the first time that I feel like that was release date for this album. That was a Friday night, so I remember listening to it with you way back in 2009. So just my little memory when we were doing this list. But what's your number 5 gonna be?
I'm going to jump into it, but one thing I wanted to note is we said this in Pennywise, but we're limiting one song per album, just so we know that as well. And then John and I both agreed not to pick The Decline. I think so. And we both agreed that Decline would be in our top 5. Obviously, I think it's probably the best overall NOFX song. It's really close. So it seemed like an easy pick. So we're going besides those. So with my number 5, I'm going with maybe a weird pick. I'm going off of a B-side off of 45 or 46. I forget where it was originally released. It's probably off one of the Punkaramas. But I'm going with Bath of Least Resistance. This is by far my favorite NOFX B-side. I think I picked it for one of the Guess the Song. I did pick it for you and Dylan versus Guess the Song, because I was like, this is my favorite. I just love the lyrical content of this one. I love the riffs. I just love the melody. I mean, this song, I'm really surprised this didn't make an album when you listen to a lot of the other crap they were putting out at the same time. This is such a good song. 45 or 46 is a top tier NOFX record in general, and this is one of the major reasons for it. So, John, any feelings on this one?
I need a brainwash, cream in her back. I need the clutter all thrown in the trash. I need a brainwash, 'cause I'm a...
Yeah, from what I remember, and we're going to do NOFX tier list again, I wanted 45 or 46 in the A tier, and I think it deserves, all those, punk... I think this was on Punkorama 6, but all those, fat comp songs and Punkorama ones, even San Francisco Fat, We Threw Gasoline on the Fire, they're just... that album itself, just these B-sides, is one of the best punk albums. So I love this track too. Like that's probably like in my top 10, 15. So even though it's a B-side, I'm totally cool with it. My number 4, I've got 2 pretty generic picks on here. This is gonna be my first one. I'm gonna take "It's My Job to Keep Punk Rock Elite" off of "So Long, Thanks for All the Shoes." I think it's one of the best punk rock openers of all time, and this song just like it holds up. Like that song just gets me pumped for that record. It even feels like a little odd for the album. I don't know why, but I just love that song. I even love like Silverstein's cover of that song. It's so good. It's just a song that'll never get old. So it's a top 5 for me. Lewis, what are your thoughts on "It's My Job to Keep Punk Rock Elite"?
I mean what I say. I'm not your fucking skin.
I mean, yeah, it's probably, I think, NOFX's best opening track, right? I mean, it's got to be up there. And I was gonna say it if you didn't say it, because I think you sent me the Silverstein covers, and like Fat Mike tweeted out like, "I don't like these guys, but this isn't bad" or something. It was something very funny.
Yeah.
And that Silverstein cover record is awesome. Like everything they cover is really good. So unrelated, but if you guys ever want to go listen to that Silverstein cover, they're covering Dead Kennedys, The Descendants, NOFX. They covered 2 NOFXs on there too. Oh God, or maybe it wasn't on that album. They have covered NOFX twice, but man, oh my God, this song rocks. I agree with you that it kind of feels out of pace with the rest of the songs, but this album, I think, stylistically is all over the place. Like it's like every other song it changes. So, but yeah, really great pick. I love it.
Over time, man, this is like probably my number 2 NOFX album. But yeah, what is your next one gonna be?
Well, we're gonna go into it, and we're gonna pick a classic album, which is gonna be off of Punk and Drublic, and it's not gonna be Linoleum. It's gonna be and this is no particular order, but my favorite song off of Punk and Drublic is Lori Myers. I love this song. I love the riffs. I love the dual vocals. It's something unique in an NOFX song. See, like I can't really think any other song where they have a female vocalist as well. Maybe I'm imagining, but I don't think so. I think it was so distinct for this album. The song itself rips. I love the content of it. They're talking about like sex work and stuff way long time before OnlyFans was big. So it's very interesting. So it's a really good song. I like everything about it. So I don't know, John, any feelings about Lori Myers?
Lori Myers used to live upstairs. Our parents had been friends for years.
It used to be one of my least favorite songs on Punk and Drublic. Like the female vocal style always kind of bugged me in the song, but now, you know, this happens when you listen to an album so many times, you start to like cherish the songs you used to skip over. So they kind of feel like a little fresh. So when we did the NOFX tier list, like almost 2 years ago now, I really picked up on Lori Myers. Like that's where I started to like it. We're talking like early 2022. But now it is one of the better songs on there. But yeah, for some reason it wasn't one of my favorites for quite a while. And I'm going to say this now. I don't have a Punk and Drublic song on here. I fully expected to, but I've got a couple of weird ones that you guys will see coming up. This first one I'm going to do, I don't know if it's weird, but this is off my favorite NOFX record, which is Pump Up the Volume. Now, I struggled a lot. I ended up with Take Two Placebos and Call Me Lame. I don't know if I would feel this way tomorrow or not, but I just love the melody of this song, and I like the changes in it, and it's just the one, like when I pick up my guitar and I play a NOFX song, it's usually this one. I don't know why. So I'm going with it here. Lewis, you know there's quite a few songs I love on this album. Do you think this is an odd pick, or do you like this one?
Take me to a cave where I can't be seen. Songs makes the heart pump adrenaline.
No, I mean, it rocks. I mean, it is really the opener of the record, because I feel like now for something completely, whatever it's called, unoriginal is not really the opener. I always think of this one as the opener. Love this song. You know this as well. I think we are in the unpopular opinion that Pump Up the Volume is the best NOFX album. So you guys can get ready. I have a pick off this album coming up, and it's not the same one, but that's going to be my number one NOFX song. But I'm going to jump into my third pick, which is going to be not newer. Now I'm pretty old now too. So it's going to be off of War and Arism, and it's going to be We Got Too Jealous Again. I think this is easily the best song of this album, and I think this album has a lot of strong songs. This was, I don't know if you agree, but it sounds like the most polished NOFX record, right?
Yeah.
Like, it just well produced, everything's good on this. And then all of a sudden, like, you get to the B side of this record after all, like, the ones that they pushed as on samples or as part of the record lead up, you just got this song just creeping in there in the back, and it is fantastic. Really silly. It's got that silly NOFX lyrical content, just talking about a record merger of like a relationship as a metaphor. It's fantastic. Like, such a good song, and the cadence, the melody, everything, all about it. Number one song for me. Love this song. Love this album too. So, John, how do you feel about this one?
I knew you were for me when I saw the first band LTV. I found SNFU and cool. I own that record too.
This would have totally been on my list, but after I saw you had it, I was like, I'm not gonna. I did something to change with Pennywise. Like, this is without a doubt a top 5 NOFX for me, but I had enough where I let it slide. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Love the song, love the lyrical content. It's awesome. But Lewis, I've got a strange one. You had your song off 45 or 46. I got mine here. I have the song Pump Up the Volume, which was on Punkorama 5, I think. And just like the dueling vocals in Lori Myers, this is Fat Mike and Melvin with the dueling vocals. And this has always been one of my favorite NOFX songs. And whenever I tell someone that, they're like, what, really? And it's just one of those ones where the melody just sticks with you, and it has like that feeling of like a raw punk song, but it's also like, it's got so much pop punk sensibilities that it just like works. So I'm slotting it number 2 again, no particular order. But Lewis, thoughts on this one?
Oh yeah, I love this song too. I remember I put the like one of the verses as like a Facebook status message one time when after this album came out, like maybe 2008 or something, and it was like 12 by 12 by room, whatever, above the volume, and people were reaching out to me to see if I was okay. So, but I was like, no, I just really like this song, and I agree for all the reasons. I think it's the best Melvin song.
Yeah.
I think close behind is the opener, 6 Years I'm Dope. That one's pretty good too. It's a very good NOFX with a Melvin vocal, but yeah, Pump Up the Volume. And it's so funny that this song did not make the record, considering I think it is better than some of the songs on the record itself. It is super good. So great pick. I love it. Let's go into my second pick, and this actually is my second favorite NOFX song off of my second favorite NOFX album, and that is going to be All Outta Angst off of So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. I think So Long is pretty well regarded as one of the top tier NOFX songs, so I don't think that's a surprise for anybody, but this song, for whatever reason, has always stuck with me. I loved its position in the record because you kind of have like that kind of heavy beginning, like you talked about with It's My Job to Keep Punk Rock Elite. They got the K-hole, blah, blah, and then all of a sudden, just like this really new tempo there, like ska song right there in the middle. Love it. I love the lyrical matter of this one as well. This actually became a theme on one of my tattoos. I put All Outta Angst because I was getting old, and it seemed really appropriate for us being in old punk bands and stuff like that. So yeah, it's my number 2 song. By far my favorite ska-based NOFX song as well. So really good. How do you feel about this one?
One thing for sure, I'm all out of angst. Just kinda don't bother me. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, same. Favorite ska-based NOFX song, without a doubt. I love it. Mm-hmm. Love those big guitar hits right before it goes back into the verses. Yeah, awesome song. So it's not my top NOFX song. Just want to be clear. My last one I'm going to do, I didn't want to pick this because I feel like it's such a generic pick. It's not Linoleum. It's not Leave It Alone. It's nothing like that. But I just can't help but think that this song, despite being one of their more like rock forward songs, is just such a banger. And it's going to be Seeing Double at the Triple Rock off of Wolves and Wolves Clothing.
It's so good.
This was my last pick, man. Like, this is the one like I just decided, and I was like, oh my god, like it's just so good. Like so I have to pick it. It's probably like, I think Wolves, like this and USA Holes are like two of the more like rock NOFX songs. Like they definitely don't write songs like this anymore, and I wish they did because it just hits. So, Lewis, you seem like you agree. I was nervous about this one.
The one question still remains, how much more art can we take? I'll let you know when the medication wears off.
No, I love this song, and you know me, like I think like 50% of Wolves is like a really excellent record, right?
Yeah.
So I think all the ones that are bad are the ones that were on the 7-inch of the month club, right? Everything else is pretty good. And I would throw into the mix 100 Times Fucketer, which I think I also made you guys do for a Guess the Song or something. But I love that album. I love that song. I do love this album. This is a great one. And this is one was not surprising to me. Like when sometimes I get surprised when I look at like the top 5 songs for a band on Spotify. I think this one's in the top 5, right?
It's gotta be.
Yeah, it rocks. So it's a great choice. And I like kind of like off an album that doesn't get a lot of love either. So I like it. All right. So this is my favorite NOFX song. John was able to put this in sequence. And it's always funny for me to think about this because when I was younger, I never really liked NOFX because in my youth, I was like, I don't like NOFX because they're not political or whatever. That was kind of my feeling. And then I heard The Decline. I really liked them after that. And then I went back and I started appreciating all the old stuff. And now, strangely enough, my favorite NOFX song is The Pharmacist's Daughter, which is a stupid song about a man in love with the pharmacist's daughter who gives him drugs. And I love this song. I remember we did a Guess the Song where Dylan had picked this one randomly as the thing, and you're like, oh, Lewis, you want to guess this one? And I was like, oh, yeah, I got this. I never knew, like, I didn't know how well regarded this song was, but NOFX plays, I think they've played this every time I've seen them live, so I guess some people agree with me. This song rips. It's got great guitar riffs. I mean, that's the reason I love it. I love the structure of the song. I think it's melodic, fun to sing. I don't know. I know you like the song too, John. Anything to add about Pharmacist's Daughter?
I'm in love with her, the pharmacist's daughter. She got my love, I get her drugs.
Yeah, it's in my top 3 on that album. It's just, for the people that don't like Pump Up the Volume, I don't understand it, and I'm excited for when we redo the tier list because I want to get into that all over again. But there's even like the slower songs like Caruana. It's so good. Total Bummer. It's just, the whole album's loaded. So yeah, I love Pharmacist's Daughter. Top 3 easy on the album for me. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Those are our top 5 NOFX songs. If there's another band you'd like to see us do, let us know, especially in the Discord. So there's gonna be a link down below. Make sure you join the Discord and suggest there's a video, a band, a subject, whatever. Just say hi. We've got quite a few people in there now, which is awesome. You can even show off your recent vinyl purchases, your vinyl collection, anything like that. So go ahead, join the Discord. Lewis, anything else you want to say? It's a little late here on a Sunday night.
No, this was a lot of fun, actually. I would love to do a few more of these, especially for some of the other bands we've talked about, like Bad Religion, I'd have a good time with. I think you'd have to dig a little bit deeper, but I think we could easily do a lot of bands. So recommend that. And second, the Discord. John and I go in there and we chat with folks too. So, I'm a little late on that sometimes, but we will go in there and chat with you. So if you guys want to come in or ask any questions, we're happy to have a conversation. So it's been pretty fun so far.
All right. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.